I'm gonna reclaim all of this. Take it back with both my feet. So many years passed by while I was stuck in limbo. I felt so stagnant, living life in the past tense. It's time to get back up and turn down everything stopping me now. I put up all these walls, no further I could fall. Could I destroy the town and still come out on top of it all? No more what could have been. We're in the war within.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to AMO Wrestling, episode 46. Starting off with some champion action, but coming to the ring first, an old threat, an old rival to the champion, and Malcolm Bates. Making his weekly championship debut, BT Bobby Man. Of course, the match now getting underway, both men having tense history between each other. Of course, when Malcolm Bates was champion a little under a year back, one of his challengers was a triple threat when Malcolm Bates ended up losing it for the first time. It was Malcolm Bates, BT Bobby Man, and Goro Mori. Of course, Malcolm Bates since lost in that triple threat, reclaiming it in a match against Goro Mori to lose it at Hypermania. At Hypermania, BT instead became the first ever pure champion, and after losing that to Kenji, worked diligently. Of course, these two men had a little scuff recently in which BT was dedicated to busting Malcolm Bates open, and he reintroduced himself justly and now is your champion, putting William Reynolds on a hiatus. Of course, the past two champions now still on a fairly long hiatus now, as Ichi's been gone for around 3 months at this point. What feels like 3 months. But now we are in the bloodthirsty era. And we are reuniting two old foes as Malcolm Bates rolling out of the ring, collecting thoughts, understanding the opportunity is at hand. He not necessarily having the upper ground. He has something to prove against this bloodthirsty champion as BT relentless chasing after him. But now picking up Malcolm Bates in that double-handed choke slam, going into the pin. One, but no, kick out at one by Bates. no #1 contender. Of course, William Reynolds could have possibly gotten a rematch. Taking that sabbatical, might come back to try to reclaim his spot soon. Taking another vacation as the horticultural hipster likely does. And now BT sending him over into the corner. And snake eyes off of the top. BT's not worried about contenders, though. He's worried about the same thing he's always been worried about. That's just a simple outpouring of blood from his opponent's face. Very, very violent man. The type of man who likes his steak absolutely raw, if not still mooing. But besides that point, oh my goodness, Malcolm Bates reverse there, cheering himself on. As now Malcolm Bates getting some clotheslines together, willing to fight the champ tooth and nail. These two men bring out some of the best in each other. And a single knee face buster. 1, 2, and a kick out at 2. And now setting up. Getting up, but no. BT reversing reverse DDT. It's crazy to think that BT still a family man. But now corkscrew pile driver, that BT driver connecting, but foot under the ropes. Now possibly looking for either the bloodshot or that BT clutch. And now getting into the clutch, fighting out of it is Malcolm Bates, though. These two men scouting each other very well. I think Bates might have slapped him, and now getting that bell clap. Both sides of BT into that reverse leg sweep. But now rolling him into the middle and working on that arm now. Going up, possibly looking for the top rope now. Going for the, ooh, big body splash meeting the knees. It's gotta hurt your midsection if you're Malcolm Bates. But now getting into the clutch now, this could very well be it. Catching him off guard. As you can just see him wrenching away and just swinging. But no, fighting out of it is Malcolm Bates. Malcolm Bates has not really had the same amount of success as of late as BT. Of course, becoming champion, and we already have blood. Roughly 5 minutes into this match, and Bates is bleeding. This is what you have to think about when you're stepping into the ring with BT. That is his #1 goal. When he does that, he wins game 1. He wins the first fall of this match, in a sense. Of course, was not able to make William Reynolds bleed. Instead was busted open himself in a very different manner. Got a shoulder block by Bates. Bates still fighting hard. Bates was a part of the player-hater brawl, excuse me there, which introduced many participants, some fighting in the Nets matchup. It was unsuccessful in winning that match, being, I believe, the second eliminated, but that lariat to the back of the head, getting the 2 count, is now BT setting up for the arm, and ooh, stomping back Hyperextending, just not very pleasant experience. I don't know if they've ever tried that one. Of course, when they say, you know, oh, don't try this at home, nobody ever goes for those sorts of moves because they don't look pretty and they're just painful to experience. But Bates still in control here, showing some great reserve. Into the neck breaker. As I said, these two opponents know each other very well. Very different. But I feel like a lot of people tuning it in are very different than Bobby Mann going for the pin now. Getting the 2 count on the champ. Now turning him around. Looking for some more leg damage. Of course, those knees of BT not as springy as they used to be. But now Bates going up to the top rope once again. High risk, high reward. And those knees again. Not paying off for Malcolm this go around in that body splash, but Bobby Mann will happily let him do it as now he's looking for BT Driver 2. Spiking the head yet again, going for the pinfall. 1, 2, and another kick out by Malcolm Bates. Defiant in the face of the champion. That crimson mask taking full effect. And now spinning him around. Bloodshot. As his head then bounces off that lower rope. And now dragging him farther away. Not going to let that mistake happen previously. And oh, another kick out by Malcolm Bates. Somehow still fighting in this match. Of course, that bloodshot is what put the former champ away. Now getting him back up to his feet is Bates. Snapmare gonna roll through. Oh, into an elbow shot to the top of the head. Possibly looking to bust him open again. But those clubbing fists. And now a Luthez. Grabbed again into that shoulder block, but BT with a clothesline. And now just getting on top, hammer, fist. And now he's falling back through with some of those elbows. BT, Bobby Mann, just making Malcolm Bates a bloody mess. And now ref getting down for the pin, taking a sec. And just barely getting that shoulder up, and you can see that blood now on the chest of Malcolm Bates. As if this match is not in soon, we're going to need even more medical assistance down at the ring. With the amount of blood that has come out, this match is going to have to end soon. As you just see BT taking it slowly and methodically, wrenching away in the chin lock. Just letting it go. And now getting him up. Double underhook, just slam. But now Bates kicking away, still showing some fight. I don't know if it's the ego or if this is just actually the will to succeed by Bates that is allowing him to stay in this match as much as he has. But that uppercut giving him some space, sending him into the corner, but no, BT moving out of the way. Shoulder goes crashing in, and another Luthez. More hammering shots straight to the open wound of Malcolm Bates. And now getting him up, double hand choke slam once again, going for the pin. 2, and another kick out. Caught into that spinning kick, and ooh, elbow drop by Malcolm Bates. Now beating his chest, covered in his own blood. But now BT slamming him on to the mat, nearly dislocating that shoulder of BT. But that shoulder getting knocked back into place with that shoulder check by Malcolm Bates yet again, working that arm once more. And now going for the pinfall. 1, 2. You can see fatigue setting in on both opponents here, staring down at each other. First now, BT chopping at the chest, chop in return. Grabbing him by the head now, looking to possibly set him up against the ropes. And slinging BT backwards. Down on the mat, hands up in the air. Looking to possibly finish it off. And now trying to set him up, but no, BT with that clothesline yet again. Driving as much air out of the lungs as possible, now kicking him, but no, caught. Dragon screw right there, just pulling through, letting the weight of BT be his own detriment here. Of course, Malcolm, a light heavyweight. So BT winning and the weight department hitting that suplex. And now rolling him over. 1, 2. Only a 2 count after that slick German, just putting everything down. Getting him up. BT clutch. Having to try to fight out of it. Grabbing at the ropes. Desperation. Possibly knocked out as it is. Now stomping at the arm. Getting in and just clubbing blows. Possibly finishing the job of Malcolm Bates. He's just rolling, possibly lifeless, onto the ground. Now breath. 1, 2, 3, and BT Bobby Man wins the match. Does not out wrestle Malcolm Bates, just simply beats him down even more. Of course, we saw some clutches, we saw some drivers, we saw some bloodshot. But at the end of the day, it is the raw aggression and hammer-like fists that drove him to victory against Malcolm Bates. As we once again welcome you to the bloodthirsty era of BT Bobby Man. And if that's the case for all of his opponents, then I'm not sure if I want to be one of his opponents. But now we move on to our next contest. Coming to the ring first, one of the most recent debuts. Of course, not having a win yet, but one of the toughest fighters coming out of the dojo, Joshua Lockhart. His opponent, another one of the most recent debuts, Christopher Garcia. So a very interesting matchup as they get underway. Of course, two very new both men. Christopher Garcia debuting at the pay-per-view in the player-hater brawl. Chris Lockhart debuting a couple weeks prior. Fought the now pure champion, Kenji Kobayashi. What was a absolutely great effort for most people. But Kenji been on a absolutely different level. With both men probably will be participants in the junior heavyweight division. It's Christopher Garcia now in his first one-on-one matchup, moving out of the way of Lockhart there into a Saito suplex. And double foot stomp followed through, kick down. Now grabbing at the arm. It's interesting to see. What I'm so excited to see about this junior heavyweight division that's flourishing is the vast differences in movesets and game plans that a lot of these men have. Of course, Garcia, somewhat standard in a sense, still known for going up to the top rope as we see him doing now. Now calling Lockhart to stand up. And getting meteoras to the chest. Of course, we also have that sort of striking offense. But Lockhart, on the other hand, very technical in his ability, looking for that Lockhart, that heart lock. And now hanging up at the top of the ropes as now Garcia going up top once again. And a Meteora once again connecting, going for the pinfall this time around. 1, 2. Kick out by Lockhart there. But of course, other people in that division, other people to be announced for whatever we sort of decide to do. Of course, both men in the tag team championship. Both tag team champions. Cruiserweights in their own right. We also have Kota Riley, Malcolm Bates, as I mentioned, light heavyweight, and more possibly can be included. Right now, Garcia putting some rubber to the road, keeping that pace quick. But a kick out there by Joshua Lockhart. And that kick only seemingly hulking up Lockhart, but still off the ropes. And oh, a big leg lariat connecting for Christopher Garcia, now dropping the knee right on the bridge of the nose. It's the type of offense you're looking for. 1, and a quick kick out. Of course, I keep mentioning that player-hater brawl, other debut, such as, or other people involved, such as Kota Riley and Richard Corvo, will be in action coming shortly, possibly next week. Now going for a big leg drop. And now Christopher Garcia moving behind him and getting him up. Oh, and reverse Alabama slam. Of course, Richard Corvo winning that, giving him a huge opportunity for this future. And oh, we hit the 450. And now holding on for the pin. 2. But only a 2 count there by Christopher Garcia. As Joshua Lockhart digging down deep to kick out there. Haven't really been able to see him execute his game plan as Christopher Garcia has just been so quick. And now that running Meteora once again connecting. And off the ropes goes Christopher Garcia into the People's Moonsault. Now setting him back up. Working that arm, now showing his technical side himself. But rolling through as we get back. And ooh, big shot, Joshua Lockhart. Going for that knee strike, but no, caught Lockhart. Getting him up. Dragon suplex. And now momentum shifts drastically as Lockhart in control now. Pushed away though by Garcia, chopped to the chest. And oh, a clothesline sending Joshua outside of the ring. Setting him up on his feet now. And just smack off the apron. Now, ooh, reversal by Joshua Lockhart to that reverse DDT. A little bit close to the ropes now. Rope hung right there as Garcia getting some separation into that Kuranagi sitting through. 1, 2. Only the 2 count following that big Kuranagi on the Lockhart. Going up to the top rope, looking for the 450 again, possibly. But no, going through, big leg drop there onto Lockhart. 1, 2. Another 2 count there as Lockhart staying in it. Sometimes in matches like this, you just have to be patient. Wait your time out. And find that opportunity to really strike, but right now that chest does not look solid. Ref having to check in on some of the ribs, possibly broken. Moonsault. But Lockhart moving out of the way, finally in position, hitting that sit out tombstone and looking to possibly finish him off here. As now getting him in, heart lock. He's wrenching that neck, but Garcia getting out of it. And now Alabama position, sit out. And Lockhart in worse condition than Garcia here, now working on the leg, getting him up back on his feet. Buster GTS sends Lockhart floored, but Lockhart getting up, grabbing that leg, not letting him climb that top rope into the dragon screw. Garcia back in control once again. Big knee to the arm. And a inverted or reverse Alabama slam. Has Lockhart hitting all of the ropes on the way down. Now in perfect position for the 450 to connect. As he holds on for the pin. 1, 2, 3. As Christopher Garcia picks up his first one-on-one victory. We still believe both men could possibly be heavy favorites going into that junior heavyweight title picture. But tonight, Christopher Garcia stakes his claim as possibly the favorite. But of course, you know, other people are going to have their say in this match and the situation. So Garcia now able to celebrate his first win with a picture set. He's looking towards that junior heavyweight title. And whenever that is fully established,
still, it's all about me.
So now we switch over to women's action. And coming to the ring first, former AMO Wrestling Women's Champion, Destiny Martinez. Her opponent, she's become one of the most absolutely dominant women in the division. Kami. Destiny and Kami setting off for the first time here in AMO Wrestling. Of course, Kami has now made AMO Wrestling a family matter, with her brother Ryok making his presence felt at the pay-per-view post-match between Bobby Blackwell and Kenji. Of course, both of them very similar in their movesets and just their sheer stature alone. Kami is the tallest woman in the division. But Destiny, of course, has made a pedigree of great fighting, going for that cartwheel elbow, but caught by Kami. But smaller, of course, possibly a little more quicker. And it's Destiny now sitting through, going for the pin, but no, not even. A 1 count thus far. But now Kami has caught the leg dragon screw, following through with a kick to the face of Destiny. But now Destiny rolling through, looking for the quick pinfall. 1, 2. 2 count kick out there after a quick roll up. This match heavily important and deciding who will be the next contender for Eve Stokes. Of course, this is not the only match that will go into consideration. Of course, Danielle has been on a hot streak as well. And now a sit-out powerbomb. But imagining Eve Stokes versus any three of those women would be an absolutely great title match as well. Selena does not have a rematch, will have to kind of take a back seat. For at least this pay-per-view alone. As Eve still a champion. But right now, both women not focused on Eve, they're focused on each other as Akami hits a big spine buster. As you can see, Destiny is rot on the ground. Now setting up for that hammering lariat with family trademark between the siblings. As Destiny is floored. A big... Oh, but now Destiny following that jawbreaker into the backbreaker. But Akami rolling out of it. Oh, a big spear. That's Destiny rolling out for a second. Walking back in, catching Akami with those forearms into a Pele kick. And now Destiny with her own spear. Going for the pinfall now. 1, 2. And a 2 count kick out yet again for Akami. Thus far, bending but not breaking. 2 counts are allowed, but now going up Final Destination. Countered by Akami into that reverse DDT. So that could be a huge changing point in this match. If Destiny is not able to hit that Final Destination. It's one of her trademark moves here. Now falling down to the floor. Now grabbing Destiny up. And a Yosaka Street Cutter. But now grabbing at the arm. And just stepping straight on those wrists and that hand. Oh, and how big Akami's feet are. But no matter what, putting substantial weight on any hand from any weight is going to hurt your abilities to continue just fighting in general. But now Destiny's still fighting. Caught using her legs a lot more. So that Hurricane Rana taking Akami out. And now getting back in to the leg scissors. Around the waist of Akami. Trying to drive the air out of the lungs. Putting those ribs straight on some of those vital organs. And now Destiny just having to let go. But you can see a toll has been taken onto Akami, but Akami rolling through. Going for a hammer shot. Now both women, big single leg drop kick by Destiny as Destiny has, I don't know if I agree with that sentiment of taunting to the fans for the moment. As Akami still on the ground, trying to get up to her feet. Unsuccessful in those attempts, whether it be by Destiny or possibly just not having the firmest balance yet. But now, black hole slam. 1, 2. And it is only a 2 count this time as Akami is making Destiny kick out. But now Destiny get back up to her feet. And a big shot. Now into the corner for Akami, back off the ropes and a cross body. Now going straight into the pinfall after that. 2. And Akami picking up the 2 count off of that. Put a chop straight to the throat. But an uppercut followed through by Destiny. Destiny swinging STO. 1, 2. Only a 2 count once again in this match. Neither woman wants to necessarily give up, as knowing what could possibly be on the line. But Destiny catches it, kick to the midsection. Caught into the ropes. And the guillotine dropping on the head of Destiny. And now Akami rolling through. Another stomp. Taking up. And a second Yosaka Street Cutter into the pin. 2, 3. And Akami wins the matchup. And what a convincing case to be your #1 contender. Destiny wasn't able to hit some of her big moves. And the ones she was able to hit just weren't enough, as we see some spears traded on early on in the match. Followed through with that attempt at the final destination. But the Yosaka Street Cutter finishing off Destiny. And now Akami sits and awaits her next victim and her next opponent, as we now move on to our main event of the evening. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for your main event of the evening. It is a pure championship open challenge. Coming to the ring first is your pure wrestling champion and 2-time pure wrestling champion, Kenji Kobayashi. A lot of people could be waiting in the back, waiting to answer this open challenge. Could see a rematch between Bobby Blackwell and Kenji. We could see people like Shaq Hollow, Chris Midas. Shoot, we can even see the former pure champion, like PT Bobby Mann, come out. So many people want to get their hands on Kenji Kobayashi, but who will answer the call? And ladies and gentlemen, it has to be him. The coin dropped. Making his AMO Wrestling return is the Brass Bear, Goro Mori. answering the open challenge after what I believe was nearly 6 months. Of course, the history between these two men was not very deep, but it is something that has lived in the mind of Goro Mori for the last 6 months. That's the last time these two guys met in a ring under these rulings. Kenji Kobayashi knocked out Goro Mori in what was 4 seconds or less. The bell rang and he ran at him, clotheslined him, and that was it. But tonight, Goro Mori answers the call, looking to put some extra muscle on. Of course, getting a haircut as he's fighting the 2-time champion now. And Kenji Kobayashi putting the title on the line. We have the championship presentation. Back and forth. Goro knows not only what he's fighting for, but who he is fighting. So he spent the last 6 months training in the mountains of Japan. But now underway, Kenji going, knocking down the challenger, but not knocking him out this time. Match still going on. Already lasting longer than their previous bout. But those clotheslines still raining down from Kenji Kobayashi. Shoulder check by Goro Mori himself. Of course, Goro spending a lot of time getting his weight up. Now a super heavyweight. Going up from heavyweight to super. And what is pure muscle now. Less of a focus on agility, more of a power guy now. And now laying in some of those elbows into the traps of the champion. This is Goro elbowing the champ now. Whether win or lose, it is nice to have Goro Mori back in AMO Wrestling. And of course, former AMO champion in his own right. Of course, as I mentioned earlier, winning it in that triple threat match. Losing it back to Malcolm Bates. That magnificent 16. Ever since he lost that title, he had not won a match. And now a big power bomb. Spiking Kenji Kobayashi onto the mat. Of course, this is under pure wrestling rules. That means no pinfall. Submission and knockout is the only way you can win this match. There's also a smaller, more restrictive limit on how long you can be outside of the ring. And of course, this is pure wrestling, not focused in on weapons, or how you are able to use your environment, but how you are able to use yourself and your limbs at your disposal. Whether that means your own limbs or your opponent's limbs is up to your own interpretation. But of course, Kenji still probably a heavy favorite following that Uranagi, but Goro Mori still chugging away, making his big debut. Of course, Kenji not necessarily knowing who he's fighting here. And Kenji only having one professional loss. That coming in the world title match, the double title match. That would end up vacating the title that he was holding. And now is holding again. which was the Pure Championship match against Ichi. Of course, Ichi still out on sabbatical. One of two men who are taking some personal time off, of course. Looking at the whole injury list, there is also Sebastian Ramos, also taken out by Victor and Joaquis. As I'm sure more to come from that next week. But now Goro, big clothesline onto the apron. He's getting both men back up. Back elbow, catching him and dropping him onto the apron. Of course, moves like that still allowed. And now alternating those forearms into a back elbow, but no, caught by Kenji. Kick back. Wrestling outside. Still a part of the Pure Wrestling rules and mandates that we are holding on to here. It's now Goro leading him back into the ring, but falling through with a big clubbing elbow. See now, trying to figure out the best way to approach getting back inside of the ring, allowing too much time for Kenji to get back up on his feet. Now Kenji nearly grabbing him, but no, Goro getting him into that headlock, having to let him go, but no, getting him Northern Light suplex. And possibly working at the face, foot on the bottom rope, letting go quickly there. Now gut wrench into the power bomb by Goro Mori. But Kenji getting him up now, but no, once again fighting out of it is Goro Mori. And a big clothesline following through. Now getting him back up on his feet. And now hammerlock, bear's arm, lariat by Goro Mori. It has been nearly 6 months since we've seen one of those. But Kenji up to his feet, not knocking out the champion, possibly even angering him so, but pushing him down. Is Kenji back up on his feet, belly to belly, as these two behemoths still fighting through it. And now Kenji taking a moment to kind of hype himself up, I think. Now chopping through. And another chop straight to the head. Now looking possible Dragon Sleeper, but no, elbows through by Goro Mori. Now sending him off to the ropes. Now hip toss back inside of the ring, of course, through the apron. And now working back at the neck. Getting him up, jawbreaker, breaking the hold. He's Goro Mori. But a takedown by Kenji. Trying to get Goro Mori back up onto his feet. Getting him up, burning hammer position. And dropping him as Goro Mori not busted, well, busted open, but not knocked out. Of course, locking him into the camel clutch foot, close to the ropes. He's able to force the break, and now a forearm, possibly busting open Kenji. Is now against the ropes. Goro Mori sent out once again. And another toss back inside of the ring. Kenji knows exactly where he needs to finish this. And now sending him off to the ropes. Big chops through Goro Mori. Is now getting him up for the Brain Buster. But Goro Mori not done just yet. The difference in this competition is staggering from these two men. Of course, last time, as I mentioned, under 4 seconds was what it took to knock these two out. Now getting him up for a second burning hammer. And now they are both knocked down onto the ground. Kenji, first one back up to his feet, having used the ropes to stand up this time. Goro barely moved. Camel clutch now, wrenching, but he's fighting through it. Goro Mori breaking the hold. And now clutching at him, putting him on the ropes. But a big forearm sending him into the ropes and following through with a big lariat. As Goro Mori now getting him up, powerbomb position, and follows through. Set out powerbomb. As the champ, possibly on the ropes here. Rolling through those. As Goro now, Kenji on the rope, sending him to the outside. And now Goro Mori over the top rope, taking out the champ. Goro Mori went airborne. That training in the mountains paying off dividends. And now locking in the submission on the outside. Letting go as he sends. No, but Kenji fighting back. Still, both men not giving up. And now sending Goro back on to this ring. Of course, knockout submission has to happen inside. We see the Beal toss by Goro Mori, but Goro Mori up to his feet once again. Now getting up, using his forearm to break away. Wrestling takedown. And a big elbow to the back of the neck. Getting Kenji up to his feet, following through with some lariats of his own. Dodging that one. And sending through another big jumping lariat. Sending him over now. Gut wrench. Powerbomb by Goro Mori. Working that arm real quick. Trying to take out some of the power in his own. Into another sit out powerbomb. And he's working the face now. Not a full camel clutch, but that just might be enough to do it. As Kenji having to give up. And we now have a new pure wrestling champion. Goro Mori coming back in an unbreakable fashion. Taking absolutely everything that was thrown at him, 2 different burning hammers, and took to the skies to become pure wrestling champion. Both men were busted open, and now Kenji Kobayashi might have an opportunity next week to go after BT himself. But we will see you guys next week for more AMO Wrestling.